Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to show how you can turn these lovely sprues into some awesome Warhammer 40k terrain. So normally I always take the outer edge bits and that's what I always make things out of. But you can make things with the innards, especially these ones. We've got nice straight long bits. So yeah, we're going to crack on and show 5 different awesome terrain bits I can make. Starting off with, say, these innard bits. So all we really need to make these bits and pieces is some good old clippers and some glue. And as always, yeah, I like the old cement glue with a little brush, just because, well, I like using that cement glue. So starting with it, yeah, taking off the nibbly knobbly bits. Basically, when I say nibbly knobbly bits, these are just bits that are protruding all over the place from the sprues that we don't quite need in this little build. Apologies, I got the the item there at the top of the screen, so you can't quite see. But yeah, just chopping them off. And basically, you've got lovely lengths here that we can turn into, well, some spikes. So to do that, obviously, I've cut off the little nibbly knobbly bits. We keep these because we'll be able to use these later on. So yeah, keep an eye out for what I use them for. And say we're going to turn these into some spikes. So this is a case of cutting sort of pointy bits at the end. And like I always say, I love these sprues because they are soft enough that you can cut them really easy. But obviously you can still drill in them, you can still sand them. But yeah, you just using a normal little blade here, I can slice off the edges, and yeah, these are the bits that are going to be, well, some spikes. So for this little terrain, yeah, we need 2, as the idea is we're going to glue them together. And I say it's going to make a barricade. So all the things you're going to see today are kind of barricades, whether they're sort of full height ones, so you can get full cover, or they're going to be low ones like this, so you just get the old partial cover. Either way, yeah, say an easy way of turning some sprues into terrain, rather than these things sitting around in boxes, in cupboards, all the rest. So for the base of this, obviously you can use anything, but I've made some flat panels out of sprue goo. There are plenty of videos out there showing how I make the sprue goo. I'll show you towards the end of the video. But yeah, this stuff can be cut. Obviously, this is quite thick, this one. Yeah, I haven't got any thinner sort of sprue goo panels, so I'm just using this nice, lovely, thick one. So yeah, this is a little bit tricky to cut, but still doable. As you can see there, with the sprue goo, yeah, there are limitations to it. And one of them is when the acetone evaporates, it leaves holes. So there are little pockets of holes in this terrain, but we can cover that up in a minute. So these are all those nibbly knobbly bits and the shavings that I took off. I keep them in a little box. So I've got quite a few bits boxed now, which is really cool, because it means I've got lots of bits and pieces ready that I can use at, well, at any moment I need them. And this stuff, because it is so small, it's kind of like gravel. So yeah, we use this for the base. So all the videos you're going to see, or all the items you're going to see in today's video, everything is made from sprues. Nothing else is involved, just sprues and glue. And then good old, yeah, slap chop painting. This is still my favourite technique for all kinds of painting, whether it's miniatures or terrain. It's just a quick and easy way of getting things done to a decent tabletop ready sort of standard. So for this, yeah, it's only a couple of colours. Again, obviously these bits at the bottom meant to look like stones, so I'm just going to go over with like a grey on those. And then the spiky bits, yeah, I want that kind of made of metal. So that's why, well, I'm using some silver. Quite explanatory, but there you go. So yeah, it's a nice, simple, easy, quick paint job. Obviously, the paint looks too neat, too precise. As we know, grimdark is definitely my preferred style. I like my stuff to look weathered, beaten, and bashed, and rusty. So good old dirty down rust. Yeah, I've been using this stuff, I don't know, about 3 years, 4 years. I'm not too sure, but I actually love this stuff. All you got to do, dab it on. Sometimes I use water to thin it out, but in this case I just got some tissue there just so I can dry the brush and then sort of move the dirty down rust sort of stuff around. So some areas are going to get really rusty and some areas just a light bit of a coating of rust. And then yeah, there you go. So there's a nice, quick, simple, easy barricade, which I think would work well for, well, most sort of scenarios. Obviously you can make these as however you want, add grass to it, whatever your sort of normal gameplay is. So moving on to the second barricade, yeah, again these are the sort of the end or the outer bits of the sprue. I've got loads of these now because basically I get them all ready, clean them up, take off all the nibbly knobbly bits. Just so I've got loads of these sprues to use. And with this one, yeah, again you can shave this stuff. So rather than just cutting it, I'm dragging the blade down which kind of shaves it. I don't want it like perfectly round. I want it to make it, basically I'm making this look like it's made of, well, a tree, a bark, or a branch. And again, doing the same sort of thing I did before, just sort of slicing the end into some nice pointy bits. And yeah, this is going to be like a kind of a, well, I was going to say a fence panel. It's not really a fence panel, but it's a barricade of logs that have, well, been put into sharp, pokey bits. Again, real simple ideas here, guys. And obviously you can sort of vary this and make it to sort of fit whatever kind of terrain you've already currently got. But yeah, simple wooden planks. Obviously you just need to put a couple of little struts at the back just so we can make it stand up. But also going to put, well, again, this is where I have got some thin sprue panels. And these are just going to be like the old sort of metal bits going across the front to keep it all together. So you'd have seen the previous video, yeah, silicone molds. I'm starting to get quite a few of these now to make things. And this one, obviously a variety of half circles. Some nice small ones here. And these are kind of like rivets. Possibly a little bit oversized, but hey ho. We can, it's our world, we can make whatever we want in our world. So yeah, these are rivets, even though they are, well, rather large. So these would work well for, I guess, orc situations as well. This would look quite cool and funny for that. So yeah, put them all on there, and say I'll put the couple of struts at the back, just so this thing will stand up nice and easy. Same sort of thing, yeah, slap chop, going to paint it, prime it in black, dry brush white, and then use the good old speed paints. So say this is meant to look like wooden panels, so we're going to go with a bit of brown and still silver for the sort of the metal sort of straps that are going around it. Again, real simple paint jobs here, guys. You sort of do longer, do your highlighting, all the rest. I'm keeping it real simple, and then slapping a good old wash over the top. As you can see, yeah, don't need to be neat. Let's just chuck it on and sort of rub it in to the rest of the thing. And then that dries, and then yeah, we've got a lovely little, well, little barricade. So there's number 2 on the job. Moving on to number 3. So for this one, I'm going to use the sprue goo. So the sprue goo, guys, is basically you get a jar, fill it with acetone, which you can easily get, well, online. It's the stuff that you use for, well, cleaning glass and removing nail polish. Put your sprues in there, obviously cut them up, put them in there, leave it overnight, and it turns into this. This stuff is as sticky as anything. I'm using a silicone spatula, and it still sort of sticks to that. Obviously got some greaseproof paper on the underneath it, again, because this stuff will stick to just about everything. So obviously not really using my hands here, because this stuff is not that good for you. It's not going to kill you, supposedly. And for this one, yeah, as you can see, I'm sort of using the spatula to cut bits up. And what I'm trying to make here are sandbags. Yeah, I don't know if that's obvious yet, but these are going to be sandbags. So again, another quick, easy sort of terrain idea using sprue goo. But you'll see, sprue goo can be used for all sorts. So say this is the stuff I use to make flat panels. 2 ways of doing that. You get 2 bits of greaseproof paper, put sprue goo in between. You can get like the old rolling pin and roll it out. That's obviously make a flat panel. Or recently, I got hold of one of the flower presses. And put, again, sprue goo between 2 sheets of greaseproof paper, put it into a flower press. That's why this sheet's got the 4 holes in it, because they line up with the flower press. And then, yeah, you can use that to squish the sprues into a really nice flat panel. But as you can see, yeah, so this one is going to be kind of like sandbags. So these things, they've started drying. This is probably like an hour or so later. So they've kind of got like an outer skin on them, which has dried. But on the inside, yeah, the sprue is still, well, gooey. So it does take at least 7 hours for the acetone to kind of like evaporate out of these things. So we're not going to be painting this for a while, but obviously I want to put the little sort of sandbags on top of each other now, because these things will sort of, well, they kind of like, the weight of them will force them down, and it'll make them look like they're sandbags that have been sort of put together, as they will kind of like, well, start joining in together. No glue needed here, because this stuff, obviously, it's still a little sticky, a little tacky. But yeah, a real, say, cool idea of making, well, sandbags. So let that dry overnight. It's now nice and hard. And yeah, ready to paint. So using a good old little paint holder here. Yeah, got the old double-sided tape on there, just because that keeps things on nicely. But it means they obviously come off real easy. And yeah, no surprises. Still going to be slap chop painting these. Again, I looked up variety of colours of sandbags, I couldn't seem to find a paint that I really liked to sort of go with it. So yeah, I've just used this one. But I think I should have gone green, perhaps. Maybe a green sandbag. Possibly would have looked sort of more army, more better. Obviously, whenever I make these kind of things, I do have a miniature to hand, just to make sure whatever I'm making, it does sort of fit the scale. So that's the little guy that I'm using there. And again, stick in with the part of the sprue which is on the outer edge of the sort of sprue panels. Again, say I've got loads of these already made, already sort of ready to go. And for this one, yeah, cutting these down, say the sizes, I use my little guy to get the right sort of size. And then I made a little frame. So whenever you see my videos, you'll always hear me talking about sprues and how great they are for making frames. Just because, well, they're great. They're easy to put together. I say this is stuff that we've got lying around. But if you're just starting into getting into Warhammer, or you've been in it for years, you will have sprues. Hopefully empty ones, because it will mean you'll have painted and assembled the miniatures on them. I know I still have a lot of boxes of unpainted miniatures. So what I have been doing is I've been going around and chopping the outer layer off. So all the miniatures are still on the inner bit of the sprue, but the long sort of sprues on the outer edge, yeah, I've kind of nabbed them. Oh, so guys, yeah, I've got a few ideas for some big builds coming up. I need sprues. So if you do have sprues lying around, and as much as obviously you're watching my videos on making things with sprues, if you're not into making things with sprues, I would love to have yours. I will give you a shout out in a video whenever I use them. So yeah, I've got an email down below, guys. If you have got some sprues you want to send me, then well, by all means, contact me. So this one, yeah, again, it's another panel. Hopefully it's going to look like it's a metal panel. Yes, yeah, so whenever I get my my old dirty cutting mat out, it normally means I'm going to be using dirty down rust. Because this stuff, guys, yeah, it gets messy. Or should I say, it gets messy when I use it, because I like to chuck this stuff on. Just 'cause I love it. It's like magic in a bottle, this stuff. There should be a link down below. And then the last thing to sort of finish off some of these sort of panels and barricades, you can go online, just type in Warhammer sort of posters, and you'll get these, loads of them in one sort of like sheet. So just print them off, obviously the right sort of size you need them, and yeah, just great little posters to stick around, just to give that a bit more of a feel of authenticity, I guess. Obviously they look too neat and tidy, so yeah, good old bit of wash, put it around the edges, just sort of weather it again, because I like things to look like they've been there for a while. But yeah, another simple idea for a barricade. And obviously this one, it gives you full cover, but if they're standing in the little hole there, then yeah, partial cover, and they can shoot through. Obviously they can be shot, but yeah, they can shoot through the little gap there. Yeah, I love this little one. I think this is probably my favourite of the 5 ones I'm making today, although this one could be it as well. So the old silicone sort of thing there I've got, I made loads of these. Again, it's a case of trying to make loads and bits and pieces up and then sticking them in a bits box, just so I've got a whole variety of bits and pieces to use instantly to make things. So as you can see, yeah, I've got loads of these half circles, different sizes. So the one thing I really love about Warhammer, and that is it's so diverse. Obviously it's set in space, so there are aliens. So sometimes we need to make, well, some alien looking sort of barricades. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So taking these half circles, I'm just going to sort of glue loads together. I'm using my Sprue Glue Mark II. That is basically cut up sprues, put into some cement glue. I am getting some, is it butyl neutral acetate? Oh, I forgot what the thing's called, guys. But basically, it's meant to be like the cement glue, but it's a whole lot cheaper. So I will be making some sprue goo with this other stuff, and it should be I should be able to get some flatter, cleaner looking panels and bits and pieces. So using some sprue goo here, just sort of filling in all the little gaps, nooks, crannies, all that kind of stuff. I say this is going to be some sort of like alien terrain or an alien barricade, or well, it could be an actual alien, because this stuff does kind of look like it's alive. So yeah, good old sprue goo from filling in gaps. I mean, I know you guys have been doing this for years and years and years. So I did make a lot of stuff with sprue goo. Well, when I first started this channel, over 4 years ago now. God, where's that time gone? So yeah, coming into my 5th year, because I started this channel during the second lockdown here in the UK, just as a way of keeping, well, keeping busy and sane. Well, as sane as I am. Anyway, so there we go. Let's get back to painting this. Yeah, slap chop painted. Going to paint it with 2 colours. I'm going to paint them both at sort of same time, because the idea is I want them to sort of blend in nicely. So while one's still wet, yeah, I'm going over with another one. Not going to bother cleaning the brush, because I say I want these sort of 2 colours to merge in, as I want this to look like it's, well, it's an alien. Well, I'm not too sure. Alien, ooey gooey, something or other. But yeah, I love the idea that, say, when it comes to Warhammer, you really can make terrain look like anything, because a lot of this, the campaigns can be set on a whole variety of different sort of planets and areas. So last little thing I want to do to this, yeah, I'm going to put some neon paint on this old toothbrush, and then do the old flicking bit, just to get little dots here and there. Again, just to add a little bit more sort of, well, variety to how it looks when it's painted. And yeah, it's very simple, very easy, but love how this has come out. It does look like it's kind of alive there. And again, some partial terrain for my guy to sort of to hide behind. So this can be made at any sort of size, height, all the rest of it. And obviously you can make, well, tons of these real quickly. So there we go. 5 great little awesome ideas of some terrain made from sprues. All very different, so these will sort of kind of fit any kind of campaign. And yeah, absolutely love them. So guys, if you do like these videos, let me know, as I will try and think of, well, more ways of using sprues to make some scatter terrain. Say, real nice and cheap, just takes a bit of time. But that's one thing with this hobby. If something takes 5 minutes or 5 hours, to me, it really doesn't matter, because I love doing what I'm doing. So yeah, this is like a break from the real world, I guess. And yeah, absolutely love it. So there we go. Don't forget to hit the like button. Leave some comments down below, guys. Let me know what you see me make in the future. I say I have got some big ideas. Yeah, there's a couple of big projects I want to build. I will need a ton of sprues. So guys, please get in touch if you've got some sprues you'd like to send me. I can't cover any costs, I'm afraid. So it would be down to your generosity to sort of post things to me. But yeah, let me know. My email is down below. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And, well, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Another video on the screen coming up soon. Give that a click. See more of what I do. Yeah, bye for now.